What's the deal, everybody? Welcome back to the studio. Jeremy Deal here, and as you can see in front of me, there are very few things, one of them being a notepad with lots of information in it and a giant cup of coffee. So if you're a fan of the show, you know that means that today's episode is going to be data driven and a lot of me talking to you about information. And that information is the real estate photography market of 2022. Where's it going to be? What's it look like according to trends from the past few years? I'm going to be going over some market research, and I'm going to be talking about how I think these will impact not only this year's market, but next year's market, and so on and so forth. There's going to be a whole lot of data driven straight into your brain. So go get yourself a giant cup of coffee and let's dive right in. Need that water to get going. Sorry, my voice is a little, a little. Now, the first thing we're going to cover is really the market. If you have been in real estate photography or you are getting into real estate photography, if you know anything about pandemic numbers, our real estate market has gotten hot. That means that houses are selling quickly, and this is not necessarily a good thing for real estate photographers. It is very good for realtors and other people in the industry, but for real estate photography, it's not necessarily the best. Another thing to keep in mind is that 2021 and 2022, these are years of pandemic work. So what we have noticed is a huge growth of workers in the gig economy because people are tired of working for the man and not getting paid what they feel like they are due. And they're also trying to do better in their own life and their own jobs. No one can blame them for that. And I'm not going to say they're at fault. Just keep in mind that there are a lot more workers in the gig economy world, and us being real estate photographers are part of that gig economy world. Let's talk right now about the actual real estate market, so that way you'll know how and why it's affecting the real estate photography and video market. The first thing we're going to talk about is overall inventory. Now, all the information I'm about to go over are stats from June of 2020 to June of 2021, a 1-year status point. The overall inventory is down 79% nationwide. That means the availability, or how many houses are actually available on the market, is down 79% from pre-pandemic stats. Next thing we're going to talk about is the median close price, which is the actual price these houses are selling for, and that is up 19% nationwide. Wow. What does that mean? It means that people selling and building houses are making more money, but that is not transferred over to our creator side yet. It seems we're making a little less money while they're making more money. Everyone else in the industry is making more money right now, but the creators are still in this small gig economy working for scraps against one another, and there are a lot more of us now, so it creates a market demand and drive down in price, and that's what we're seeing a lot of places, including all of these things I'm talking about right now. This is how they all kind of factor together. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is new listings, down 12%. So that's new construction homes. Even the ability to produce a home because of the pandemic and shortages in materials and availability, it's down 12% from pre-pandemic stats once again. Now, the last thing I'm going to mention is, in my opinion, the most important thing, and that is the time on market. It is down 70% nationwide. Wow. Why is this number really important? It's important because if houses are selling before we even have a chance to photograph them, there's no money to be made there for us. Let me preface this whole video off with saying it's gonna sound like a little bit of downer information, especially if you're brand new to the industry, but let me just say that it's really not. I'm trying to just inform you. The best way to run a business properly and efficiently is to be informed about everything in the process so you can make smart business decisions, and that's what I'm all about. So please use this information that I'm giving you not as a downer to destroy your desire to do this, but just as the information required to make the smart business decisions needed in today's marketplace to succeed and thrive. Back into it. So why is this 70% lower time days on market important? It's important because the less time a house is available on market, the less important our job is really, and the less time we're even available to shoot it. I can tell you what happened a lot of times in my business personally over the year of 2021. Of every residential shoot that came in, about 30% would actually cancel the shoot before we could get there, even if it was only a day or two away, the date that they requested, because the house had already sold before we could even get there to photograph it. So already we're starting the year with about 30% less bookings just because things are selling before you can actually photograph them. That's a problem because obviously the less amount of houses you photograph, the less amount of money you can make. You would think you could just increase the amount of money that you charge in order to supplement that, but there are so many other photographers in the marketplace right now that you have to go along with the trends available. Some people will tell you to charge whatever you want to charge, but I find it a smart business decision to charge within the median price available to you. It allows you to work for more clients, and I also have the high-end package. I talk about it in all of my videos previous, but I have also noticed over the past few years when it comes to residential real estate, the high-end package order rate has decreased about 42%. My MLS photos, the traditional style ones, are still going strong because they are a more market-based price strategy, but my higher end photos with a higher end price point available to it seems to be less popular. I think this has a lot to do with days on market because the high-end photos are becoming less valuable. Photos in general are becoming less valuable. So I'll tell you about one of my clients. He sells probably about 30 to 40 houses a year. So he's not a super high volume client, but he does sell quite a lot of properties and brings in a nice amount of business for me. I only shot for him 2 times in 2021, and it isn't because he wasn't selling houses, it's because he was selling houses so quickly I couldn't get to them to photograph them. He couldn't even place orders for photography before most of these houses are sold. A lot of houses are selling in a coming soon marketplace, or literally one day on the market, everyone puts their bids in and the highest bidder wins. As I mentioned before, the 19% increase in market value price, that means people are paying more for their houses, and they're paying right away because houses are selling quicker. Once again, this is not to discourage you. This is just to let you know the market trends that are happening this year so far, according to the few years previous. What does this mean for your business? It means a lot. Luckily, I am 107 certified and drone operation. Plus, I do videos through my company. It allowed me to keep everyone on task because videos really saved me this last year. Videos accrued for almost half of the physical money I made. Not the orders produced through my system, but the actual money made. Now, I am including aerial videos with that. So any sort of video program, 9 times out of 10 when someone gets video, they also get photo. But I'm just saying the money brought in by video was about half of my personal revenue this past year. That is way higher than it was the year before, and definitely higher than it was before that because I only offered it for about a quarter of the year. That being said, video saved me. So if you are a photographer, or if you're a photographer looking to enter this industry, keep in mind that offering photos and aerial services and video services will still allow you to thrive. I also offer 360 services, but it's very, very rare anyone orders any of those. I don't know why. Maybe they've gone the wayside. Maybe it just depends what area you're in. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it because it all depends on what's popular in your area. In my personal market, or at least the agents I work with, it doesn't seem to be a very popular product. So I still offer it. I just don't sell very many of them. Video and aerials are where it's at. Photos themselves have definitely been ordered less, and the high-end imagery has been ordered even less. On the flip side of that, architects and builders have ordered more high-end shoots from me this year than any year previous. that seems to be going up. So I'm not saying that this high-end imagery doesn't have a market. I'm just saying that according to my business and the trends I've noticed in the past few years, the high-end imagery in residential MLS photography seems to be going downtrend, and in commercial and corporate style work an uptrend. So offering that style of imagery is beneficial to your business. And once again, offering multiple services opens you up to work with multiple agents and multiple different personality types and business types, not just realtors. You can work for architects, builders, designers, the whole gambit. So those are all of the market trends so far that I've noticed. How I'm treating my business this year is that I'm really pushing video. If you want, I will play you right now my marketing video. Boom. All right, as you can see, that video is really just all about aerials because I'm really trying to push aerial services this year because it is a big money maker, and it seems to be a larger money maker as time goes on in the future, especially for my MLS and residential side. I make a lot more money doing the aerial stuff. It's easier, it's faster, and it gets ordered more. So why would I not focus there? Am I saying that's where you should focus? Not necessarily. I'm saying do some market research in your area. Just take the information I've given you throughout this and apply it to what you find in your area and your business from previous years with spending and ordering. You should have all that information available to you. So just do a little bit of time spent on numbers, and I guarantee you you'll appreciate it in the end. As always, keep rocking and rolling, enjoy what you're doing, make smart business decisions. Apply some of this, right? I didn't just spout it off to the camera for no reason. Use this information. I did this research for you. Apply it to your own business model. I'll catch you next time.